now. All right, welcome everyone to the Comlink Chatter podcast. This will be episode 5, I believe. Today we're going to be going over the Darth Maul comics from 2000. Um, and so here with me, I have not Ben. Ben was he was absent for a few uh, podcast episodes because he was finishing up school. And then I have, oh, that's a great face.
Jesus.
Felt left out when everyone else had avatars and I didn't. So,
And so Ben doesn't have a YouTube channel yet. We'll try to convince him to start one. But and then I also have Marcel, the Revenge Chest. And then I also have Sam. What's your channel name again?
It's cancel me.
Cancel Me.
Yeah.
So if you guys, before we get started, what are you guys reading? What are you guys like diving in with the expanded universe? Aside from, of course, what we'll be talking about today.
well, that's all I've read. So,
All right.
So for me, I'm
Oh,
reading the expanded universe. Of course, I'm reading the expanded universe. I'm reading Children of the Jedi. It's a reread for me. The last time I read it was years and years and years ago when I was 11 years old. And you can tell it's turned my brain to much because I started answering your question by saying I'm reading the expanded universe, which is what you asked in the first place.
That's okay.
I mean, you're not lying.
Yeah, it's well, no, I'm not. It's a very interesting book, very dense, the prose. But I wanted to get ready for Legends Con because Barbara Hambly's going to be there, so I thought I would reread Children of the Jedi.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
What are you reading?
I'm just.
Sam?
I finished True Sabakura like 2 days ago.
Okay.
I'm gonna start the X-Wing series. But yeah, I really like True Sabakura. I have some memes to post about it. Posted one today actually.
I think I saw that you had posted it. I just haven't dived in and saw it just yet. But
Got you.
yeah, nice. Ben, are you familiar with the Children of the Jedi book?
I've definitely heard of it. Read it? No, I have not. I have not read it.
It's something else.
Yeah.
I don't. I have the audiobook and I choose to listen to that whenever I can't go to sleep. And usually it'll put me to sleep. And so that's just kind of how it is.
What's
Is
the
the audiobook
timeline on that?
abridged? Oh, I think Children of the Jedi takes place 12 ABY, so it's 8 years
Okay.
after Return of the Jedi. But I was going to ask, is that audiobook abridged or is it unabridged?
It is the unabridged. Oh, no, wait. No, it's the abridged one. It's
Oh,
the one
man.
on Audible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think why I don't know. I just felt like reading them because they were ones, and I just had a credit, and I got that, and then I got the Jedi Twilight. Is that what it's called?
Jedi Twilight is
Planet
that
of Twilight.
Planet of Twilight. Yeah, because Jedi Twilight, I think, is the Michael Reeves book,
Yes.
Coruscant Nights.
Yes. It was the Planet of Twilight. Was that the one when Leia fights a Hutt with a lightsaber?
That's right, Beldorion the Splendid.
Yes. Gotcha. And then Trusa Bakura is the one immediately after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are your guys? Well, I'll start with Ben. What was your first impressions on the first issue of Darth Maul 2000?
Let me just pull it up and so I can kind of because first of all, Darth Maul needs to chill out. First of all, it's not that deep.
Huh.
It was definitely good. It was shorter than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I like the way it
same.
opens up where he's in like his final challenge or whatever. and then it kind of sounds. When I read it, it kind of looked like Palpatine was a bit surprised the way he said it, because like, the way I read it was like, oh, you survived your final challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was intended or not, but it definitely seemed like he was a bit kind of both either surprised and or impressed by it.
Gotcha. Now we're gonna let's see. We're gonna mainly talk about issue number 1.
Got it.
It goes by really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Sam, what do you think just overall of issue number 1?
I really liked it. Especially like the art style. I love that type of comic drawing. Um, it's the same type of comic drawing from what's it called? The Legacy comics.
I believe
And
so.
yeah, and Maul is just a beast, man. He's like huge. Bro is jacked. But no, I really liked it. It's like very short and simple. I also like that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are on it too for a brief moment. Yeah, it's just really good. Also, like all the fight scenes are very well drawn. Like you can really follow it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nice. What do you think, Marcel?
So the first thing I noticed, I opened the page and I was like, oh, Jan Dursema, my favorite. Her art is just amazing. And then she drew the Legacy comics as well. And she also drew Republic. And she might have, I think, Dawn of the Jedi as well, those comics. But she's for me, she's the GOAT. So anything that she does, I love. The first few pages, it goes by quickly because the first few pages have no dialogue whatsoever. But she's so good. Like, she just shows you what's going on and how he's battling, I think, those droids, right? In order to beat his final trial.
Right.
And I love the foreshadowing at the end with Qui-Gon sensing something in the Force, I think, as his infiltrator passes by, but he doesn't know what it is. It's like the beauty of the expanded universe, right? Like, you know, we know what's going to happen and we know how it links up, but Qui-Gon doesn't. So I thought it was great. And, you know, it's actually funny because the Darth Maul comic I haven't read in years and years. And then in preparation for this episode, I went back and I read it earlier today, and I was just astounded at how good it is.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with you guys about the art style. For this first issue, I think that the art carries more than the story. I mean, the story is just. I mean, the art tells the story. Whenever I first read this, I think it was a few years ago. I had found the comic single issues at my comic shop, and I think they were like 50 cents each or 25 cents each. Now they're a lot higher, but I remember just sitting down and reading through all of them in just like 10 minutes. It felt like, but it just, I don't know. It just really grabs me about the intensity and the training that went into Darth Maul. Did you guys have a chance to read the? They were in the Star Wars Tales comics. It was Nameless and Marked.
no.
Refresh my memory. What happens in it? Because I've read all the Tales comics.
So in Nameless, Maul finds an old Jedi, and he ends up like losing to him. But the kind of whole, I guess, moral of the story is that he gets his double-ended lightsaber because he learns this fighting style from this Jedi that he had trouble defeating.
Right.
Because I think he had a force-imbued staff, but he was using it like a saber staff. And so he picked up on that. And then Marked was about when Darth Maul, I think it's the story behind his tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I can't remember exactly. It's been a little bit since I've read that. as well. I should have prepped up on that. I thought I had my notes here, but basically, it's about when he was a child and serving under Palpatine. Because has everyone read Darth Plagueis?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No? Okay. So Darth Maul gets introduced in Darth Plagueis. I think he's on the cover, or at least on one of the covers.
He's on the back of the book.
Yeah. And so he gets adopted as a small child and by Palpatine, by one of the Night Sisters. And so it's kind of nice to see like the tie-in material between this to the Marked and Nameless and even the Darth Plagueis novel. But this isn't the first appearance of the Black Sun crime family. Is everyone familiar with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because the first appearance of that was in Shadows of the Empire, correct?
That's right.
And so we get to see a lot of Maul's training. He gets his mission to Black Sun, and then he even gets the Sith infiltrator. But one of the things that just kind of made me go wow whenever I read it first was the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Ben, what was your first impression on issue number 2?
Darth Maul goes ham. Goes hard on that entire syndicate. That entire section or that group of the Black Sun, and it was definitely really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a bit longer, but it wasn't. I wish it would have been a bit longer, but it was still really good.
Okay. Marcel, what do you think?
Well, what I really loved about issue 2 was just the brutality, and there was like that Celestin, and I had to go back because I realized like Maul cut him in half.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that at the time, because like the one guy, he finds the Celestin's body, and he's like, oh, he's over here, and then the other, like the Wookiee he's like, no, he's over here, and it's like that's because he's cut in half.
Oh, yikes!
And I thought that was brutal. I loved it. But it's like what you'd expect from a Maul comic, right? You'd expect him to like just be like kicking ass and taking names.
Right.
That's exactly what he was. He just does it right out the gate in that first, that second issue, the first issue of his mission, I should say. Mm-hmm. And I really thought that was well done. It really sets the tone for the rest of the miniseries.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask you guys what you guys' final thoughts were on like the first issue, if you guys had any.
Not
great
really.
setup. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a great setup for the.
Okay.
It almost like it read like a video game. It's like he finishes the prologue, and so he gets his like mount, his ship.
Yeah.
And now he has to like go and do the side quest or the mission, the main mission.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, Quinlan.
Yo, what's up, Brandon?
I said Quinlan.
Nah.
He's both.
That's the
the
first
same.
thing I saw. But yeah, so Ben, the guy in the chat is Brennan, the guy that kind of brought us all together.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Brennan's the matchmaker.
Yeah, he is.
True. You can say that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Marcel, did you have anything else about
Issue 1? No.
What about number 2?
I thought it was a great issue. Like, I don't know. There's nothing really more for me to say about issue 2
Okay.
other than I thought it set things up really well.
All right. Sam, what did you think?
I thought it was great. Especially Asa, the mercenary dude.
Yeah.
I thought his reaction was cool because he's kind of like the main character on this issue. And like it's kind of told from his point of view. And whenever they find like the the body, and they kind of look up, and it's like the big reveal of just Maul sitting there.
Oh yeah.
And he's like so stoic, like, because I know it's like, I mean, at least for me, I don't consider the Dave Filoni's Clone Wars the same continuity as the expanded universe, but in that he's always giving like some type of monologue, or like just trying to teach a life lesson or something, and
Yeah.
in this, like, they're like, oh, what's your name? He's like, Maul. He's like, Maul, just Maul. He's just like quiet, he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's like, I said what I had to say.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I really like that. He's like just cold and calculated.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, a few words.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the Dave Filoni Clone Wars, I know that the character of Maul is a bit different, but I kind of justify it by he hit his head too hard when he fell down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
One
sense.
way of retconning it.
Yeah. Kind of like how Grievous is within like the difference between the old Clone Wars show and episode 3. I kind of justify it as Mace Windu just crushed his chest so hard that it hurt his brain.
Right.
So,
Lack of oxygen on the brain.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like his little monologues, but also I liked him more stoic and quiet. It's more intimidating.
That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't count. It'd be interesting to count, but to see how many words he actually says in the miniseries versus what everyone else says.
Give me a minute. I'll figure that out. Like, seriously, give me like 10 minutes and I'll do it.
Yeah, it can't be that much, so it shouldn't take that long to count them all.
What is it?
He's gonna count all the words.
He's gonna look at them.
Oh, are you counting it all?
Yeah. Also, on the second issue, I really like Sinya, the assassin.
Oh yeah, we should talk about her. She had like 2 little Shoto like purple lightsabers.
Yeah, she was pretty badass. I was kind of sad she died.
Yeah.
Is that the Twi'lek?
Yeah.
And I think she was force sensitive too. She must have been. Maybe, I don't know. I thought she sensed him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about the Night Sister later on.
Yeah, I think that's the Night Sister.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Oh, I didn't even notice because she only has them for just that, like 2 pants.
It's weird though.
Yeah,
the handle is like a police baton.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
It kind of looks like Maris Brood from the Clone. No, what is it?
Force Unleashed.
Yes, the Force Unleashed. Except it's like it's smaller. Like it just looks like a small gun.
That's really cool. I've never seen that before.
I know that back in like 2008, they had the buildable lightsabers, like the ultimate lightsaber, build your own, and they started introducing those.
These.
It is like that, but there was one piece where you could have that side handle where it would make it like a baton.
Huh. That's really cool.
Yeah. Did you make that? Did you make that at Disney?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the ones that come apart and stuff.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's cool.
I had it was, what was it? I think it was for the release of episode 3. They had just the build your own, basically just like that, but it you bought the kit for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think they had
That's
2
really
of
cool.
them, or maybe 3 of them. 2 of them were just remakes of them. Of course, that was the first time I ever had a double-bladed lightsaber brought to our attention by Darth Maul.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Although it originally appeared the double-bladed lightsaber in Tales of the Jedi.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which that one was a it was like a shorter hilt, wasn't it?
In Tales of the Jedi, actually, probably.
I think, which looking at it in some of the like source books and stuff,
Yeah.
it it's the normal size of a normal lightsaber, except it's just double sided. It's
That's
not
right.
like the staff, like a bow staff, like Darth Maul has.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darth Maul's is pretty long.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
works because I'm familiar with using the bow staff, and so you don't hold the middle on a bow staff,
Right.
because it's just not properly balanced all that well. Depends on how heavy it is and stuff.
201.5 words.
Oh wow.
That's all he said.
Yes. Yes.
What's
That's
the
not
half
that
word?
much.
Did he get
Well, the
cut off
half
or
word is like a
something?
grunt. So,
Oh, okay.
And a half.
so
That's
yeah.
funny. And it looks like there's a lot of dialogue for other people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
It's always nice to see a Doug
Yeah,
in something.
definitely.
I'm just scrolling through it here, but do you guys have
How
any
did
other?
you guys read it? Because
What's
like
that?
last night, yeah. How did you guys read it? Because last night I just put on like some Sith ambient music and I just read it like doing the character voices and stuff.
I just read it on my
Oh,
kitchen
yeah.
table.
Oh,
I
you
wish I was
should have
that
recorded
coordinated.
it, and
I
then we'd
read
have
it
it
in my basement.
dramatized.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah. My impressions aren't that good. There was a guy who did that though. I saw it on YouTube. Afterwards,
did
I
he?
was searching up stuff about it. Yeah, and he made like motion
Yeah,
comics
they
out
have
of
that
it.
for a few of the comics.
Yeah.
Marcel, your voiceover, like your narrations and stuff are very nice. I think I was listening to some last night. Just some of the different Tales ones. Which one
Oh,
was it?
thank you.
About Camino.
Yeah, the Tales of the Jedi ones. I had a. Oh right, yeah, Tale of the Iowa Pod. That was like one of my earliest. I have a much better microphone now, but
Okay.
yeah, when I was starting out, yeah, I've never tried a Darth Maul voice though. I listened to Shadowhunter, which Sam Witwer narrated, and I mean like he does Maul's voice for TCW, right?
Yes.
It was a bit over the top, but I liked it. I enjoyed it generally, but it was a bit over the top. And I'm not a big fan of TCW, but I do like Sam Witwer generally. So,
Yeah.
but there was times because he did Sidious's voice as well, but there were times when he was just doing the voice and it was just, I don't know, it was super just animated and dramatic and kind of funny to listen to.
That's true. He did Palpatine's voice in what was it? Force Unleashed.
Oh, what? Yeah, okay, and that makes sense then.
And he might have done a little bit of Clone Wars or Rebels or something.
Yeah, because like Maul doesn't talk that much in the book, but he basically narrates Maul's thoughts and just like generally what the prose of the novels in Maul's voice. So it's almost like Darth Maul's reading you a story.
Ooh. I
that's
need to
cool.
listen to that now.
Yeah.
Bedtime stories with Maul.
Yeah.
We are doing good today.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else about this comic? This issue.
Issue 2?
Issue 2.
I don't think so. I'm glad we talked about the Twi'lek, though.
Yeah.
Because I specifically wanted to talk about her. I can't believe I forgot.
So whenever I first read this, I was surprised that Red Sun wasn't just not Red Sun, Black Sun wasn't just what is the species? Is it the felons? The green one. What is it?
Yeah, the Falleen.
Falleen.
Falleen. Yeah.
Yes.
Like Prince Shizor.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
That surprised me too. I thought it was gonna be all of them. We're gonna be like only that species.
right, and I feel like that might have been maybe a TCW type of thing because whenever he shows up to Black Sun again, it's just a bunch of that species.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's kind of all I got for that one.
Do you guys hear
Marcel,
that Discord, or is that me?
I
Yeah,
think
no, I keep hearing it.
that's me. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, okay, okay. I was just like, am I missing something?
Yeah, I keep thinking my Discord's going off.
Yeah.
I think it's Brendan's Discord.
Oh, okay.
His server. Okay. Yeah.
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 Let's see. Let me mute that. I think I've muted everything else. Let's see. Okay. Anyway. I don't know what you guys think about this, but on issue 2, how he always leaves one guy to go and tell everyone else. I feel like that's kind of a cliche, but I do kind of like it because it builds up that fear. But I don't know.
Yeah, I had thoughts about that. It kind of makes Maul seem a bit incompetent because his mission, if you think about it, or at least if not incompetent, rebellious, because his mission is like take care of leave no witnesses.
Yeah,
And how does he know that that guy is going to go? That guy could have just gone into hiding, like gone to
that's
ground,
true.
and then
Or he could have.
yeah.
Yeah, he could have went and told the Jedi.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I think Hath Monchar tries to do that, and he tries to do that in, and I think he shows up in this issue 2, I believe, or it might be 3. But he's the Neimoidian, and he tries to do that. I think in Darth Maul Shadowhunter, which takes place like right after this.
Oh, is it the same guy
from this one? Is issue 1?
Yeah, it's the same guy, Hath Monchar.
Yeah.
Oh, the name. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. It's been a while since I've read Shadowhunter. And I think I had the abridged version. It was before Sam Westworth did the newer one. But okay. What do you guys think of issue number 3? Whoever wants to go first. Sam, would you like to go first?
I could go first. Yeah,
right.
sure. I don't know. I really like the introduction of like a post battle scene of like him just questioning the Calamarian.
Yeah.
Also weird that Calamari has a Black Sun outpost on it. I never really thought of that of the Calamarians as criminals or anything like that, because we're presented the Calamarians like Akbar and you know I forgot the one that goes to Luke's Jedi Praxim. For her name.
Silgal.
Yeah,
Silgal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're just very like light-sided, like they don't really break the rules. They're mostly aligned with the New Republic, against the Empire.
I feel like
So it was just really cool to see that.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, I feel like even like the original Clone Wars show, or even the both Clone Wars shows, we see that the Quarren are the more aggressive species of Mon Calamari, and the Calamaris are the peaceful ones, the ones that just want, to build ships and stuff. But it is interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool, and also him questioning the guy was really cool. Also, like all the different species in the Black Sun Council or whatever was really cool to see. There was a Kafar that kind of looked like Quinlan.
Yes.
I wondered if it was Quinlan like undercover for a while, but he died, so I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But Also, it was really weird to see the leader of the Black Sun as a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Alexi Garen.
yeah, he has a cool
Yeah.
design though. Bro has drip,
He
but
does have drip.
yeah, the haircut isn't really it, but he has drip. Also, like the little ferret-looking thing. I don't know the name of that species, but I thought it was really cool. Like
Yeah.
to see a bunch of species that we don't usually see.
Right.
The Night Sister was badass, Megella or whatever.
Magella, yeah,
Megilla.
she's great.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
funny
I love
because
her blade.
I was gonna
I'm
say
sorry.
about Magella because it's so weird to like read about like a Maul facing off against a Night Sister when like years later he is actually from retconned to being from Dathomir, right? Which I hate, but
Yeah.
yeah,
In Darth Plagueis, is he from Iridonia or Dathomir?
they retconned him to be from Dathomir, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and in
okay.
Plagueis, I believe a Night Sister gives Palpatine, or Sidious, I guess,
Yeah.
um,
Mhm.
a baby Maul.
Yes.
Got you.
Yeah,
Because I think Darth Plagueis was supposed to be released a lot earlier,
yeah.
but they knew that they were going to do some stuff with him with TCW, and they told James Lucino that he had to wait on that.
I don't know. Bro said
Hey,
hello
Alex.
there. Yeah, I don't know, but I really like
IMD.
the issue, like all
Yeah.
the different species and
Yeah,
stuff. Also,
I
the palace looks so cool. Like whenever they have like the wide scene of the palace,
yeah.
like it just looks really good.
oh
It
yeah.
kind of reminded me of Jabba's palace, but obviously
Mhm.
it was on. I think it was on Raw tier, right? It wasn't on Tetris.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks better. Like
yeah. It does look
more
better.
alive plants and stuff in the water.
I don't know what the page numbers are for you guys, but let's see.
I don't even have page numbers. I'm reading
Oh,
it online.
gotcha.
I read
Um,
it in the Rise of the Sith Epic Collection Volume 2.
yes,
Yeah,
Ben, that's the one that I lended to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is the fifth to last page. Um, that fight scene kind of looks a little familiar with the like the energy pillars and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it does. Huh.
That was
yeah,
something that I noticed.
yeah. There was a lot of stuff that kind of reminded me of episode one, especially when he's talking to Palpatine. I think it's on issue one, and he's like, "Are we finally ready to reveal ourselves?"
that's right.
You know,
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, okay." It's definitely like trying to remind us of episode one a lot.
Yeah, I like that. It's like it seems like a very original story. I feel like
Hmm.
they could have gone so many ways with this, but they chose to build upon the expanded universe and not just the movies. Like
Hmm.
they could have had Maul do something to fight the Jedi um, or something else, but um,
Yeah.
they decided to have him fight against like a crime organization that doesn't appear in the movies, and even like a Dathomirian witch, which only appeared, I think,
at that point,
the,
yeah,
the
like not
only,
many places.
especially in this time, like the prequel time, because it
Yeah,
only appeared in the courtship of Princess Leia,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
then in the Ewok movie.
But that was a retcon, right?
That
Like
was a
that wasn't
retcon,
intentional. Yeah, at the
right?
time, it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, but anyway, I kind of liked that part. Marcel, what did you think of the issue?
Issue issue 3, yeah, I really liked it a lot. Pretty much what everybody else said. I didn't appreciate at the time that the Vigo Morn, I think, was the name of the calamari Vigo. I didn't
Yeah.
appreciate that he was a Vigo, and then they had mentioned like later on in the issue, it's like, oh yeah, he's killed 2 Vigos already, and I'm like, wait a sec, and then I went back, I was like, oh, that was the first guy that he killed in like right at the beginning of the issue. And what I loved about it was, like you said, the overall story. It's just such a great conceit. Like he gets charged with creating chaos in this organization that might threaten the Sith's plans. And it's an organization that we're well familiar with in Star Wars. And I think it's just like I could see that easily translating to a movie on screen, or not even a movie, maybe like a short movie or like a mini series on TV or something.
Yeah.
But like that's a great story. Like that's what Book of Boba Fett. I don't even care about that stuff anymore. But like that's what it should have been. Is like him taking out all the other, crime bosses and stuff like that. Like that's a
Yeah.
really good story.
Mhm.
And I think with Darth Maul, it's even better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Also, I love that there isn't too many like cameos and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like new characters because they have a new, I think it's new canon comic where Darth Maul goes, he hires what's his name? Cad Bane. He hires Cad
Oh
Bane
yeah.
to go do some stuff, and it's like Aura Singh is there, and it's just like too many cameos. So this feels like more fresh. It's like interesting characters that are new, and like I don't know, it's just refreshing to see that.
Yeah. And
And more believable too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
yeah,
there's not so many
Yeah.
cameos.
I think one of the things like that kind of goes more on this side if we're comparing to which I haven't read those comics, but I think because these came out when it was just episode 1,
Mm-hmm.
where some of the new writers, it feels a little bit like fan fiction now because they're like, oh my gosh, we have all of these characters that are created. But
Mm-hmm.
here it almost feels like that this is the original, like this
Yeah.
is what started it. Um, because we didn't have Cad Bane. We had Aura Singh, but she wasn't developed because she gets developed in the Republic comics,
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
which I'd like to review sometime. But yeah,
And then gets downgraded in TCW because they forget that she's like a Force sensitive
yeah.
Yep.
former Padawan.
I thought she was a bounty hunter. Like that's just like I thought she was a good bounty hunter, but like just her whole history with like the Dark Woman and Qui-Gon, and they just didn't talk about that. But
Mm-hmm. Dave
Ben,
Filoni, man.
Ben, what did you think of issue number 3?
I'm gonna have to agree with Sam on the introduction. I really enjoyed like how it's the end of a battle, but I like how you can see Maul kind of not sneak up on this guy, but you see him kind of emerge from the shadows with his saber ignited, and then this poor Mon Calamarian is pleading for his life, and Maul just says no, just no, and it just shows how brutal Maul is because you can see a pile of dead bodies behind him as he says no.
Some of the imagery of just that the pile of bodies in the back, and he's just standing there, and it almost looks like the sun is shining behind him, like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
holy or something. Like they're doing fan service for Darth Maul before Darth Maul was like, I feel like it was before he was that popular. Like, of course he was the poster boy for the Phantom Menace, but they're just like, you already think he's cool, and he's going to be even cooler,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone have any other comments on this?
I just thought about this. I think it's cool because he's like a really cool character, but he dies very soon. It's like the Jango Fett treatment, kind of, to where
Yeah.
like they want to show everything that he accomplished before he died. so people don't feel like he was wasted, you know, in the movie, because that's how a lot of people feel. That's why they like that Dave Filoni brought him back so much. But um, I mean, it kind of gives you closure in a way because you see everything that he actually did before he died. You know, you
Mhm.
see
Yeah.
his life before the movie because he's not a major part of it. But also, like on the open seasons, Django comics is the same thing. You know,
Right.
shows a lot of what he did before he died. So
Right.
it's really cool.
See, I mean, like, I'm not just saying this to hate on TCW, but I truly believe that the stuff that he did in Shadowhunter and in this miniseries comic is just better than what he did in TCW and fits better within continuity
Oh
Mhm.
than
yeah.
him coming back and being the leader of Mandalore and all this weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just my opinion.
I think for like people that which I kind of like the stuff that he does in TCW. I don't like what they do with like I don't like that he's like put up against Ahsoka. But I like that
Mhm.
he's trying to like actually like
Do his
rule
own thing.
something, do his own
Yeah.
thing. Um like it was a bad idea, somewhat good of an execution. But it was built upon a lot of stuff that I don't um, like the Mandalorians being pacifists and that
That's
confusion.
blasphemy, bro. That should be illegal, like for real.
I mean, I could see why that he had Duchess Satine killed, and everyone was like, "That's okay." Like the only one mad was Obi-Wan and
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan. They're just like,
Yeah.
"Oh no," and that's because they were attached to her, and I'm
Yeah.
sure everyone else was like, "All right, war has begun again. Let's go." Like
Yeah.
everyone was turning against her, um, but yeah. Um, any final comments on issue number 3?
Something I just thought was funny was on the panel where Darth Maul's kind of zooming on his speeder bike to the palace, and there's those guards, and they when they first see him, like, what is that? And the guy just says, I don't know, but shoot it anyway. Like, it could just be like some random person minding their own business. They're like, let's shoot it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
love that.
Oh, okay. So I would love to see this as a like if someone did a short like fan film, if they just adapted this, because this would be brutal.
Yeah. I got
Like,
you, bro. I'll do it.
all right. um because all he does is he just holds his lightsaber out and drives by them.
Mm-hmm.
And you see
Yes.
their severed heads. Oh man. But have you guys seen the what is it called? Is it Dark Apprentice fan film? The Darth Maul Apprentice fan
No.
film?
No, I
No,
don't think
I
I
haven't
have.
seen it.
It's basically it's just a bunch of it's just him killing a bunch of Jedis. Um,
Oh.
it kind of makes me think of what this could have been if they weren't as like if they just wanted to cash in on something. Which the production of that film was really good. What they wanted to show was just good lightsaber fights, and also look at Darth Maul. He's cool. Um,
Yep.
which it did its job for what it was, and I'm just glad that this comic wasn't just look at these lightsaber fights.
Yeah.
But any other comments on issue number 3?
Not from me.
Yeah, no, not really.
Okay.
Oh, actually one. I gotta find it. They're like these lizard looking things. Like they're a species. They're like Vertigo's bodyguards and stuff. They kind of look like the what's that species? Feline.
Felines.
Yeah, they kind of look like that, but they're like more. animal looking, like savage looking. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to go through it.
It's like towards the end of the comic. They have like really creepy faces, yellow eyes.
Oh, it exited out. Let's see.
Hold up, I'm trying to go back to the previous comic real quick so I can tell you exactly where it's at. Oh yeah, it's like on the very last page.
Okay.
They have like weird smiles.
Oh, oh yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Are those Philimes or nah?
I
Because they
don't.
kind of look like it, but also at the same time not.
I don't think so.
I just thought they looked cool.
It kind of looks bluish green, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the last thing that I had to say.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you see what I mean though, right? Like they kind
Yeah.
of look like it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it might be like just the hairstyle that they have
Mhm.
resembles a
Could
lot
be.
like what they got there. But Ben, what do you think of issue number 4?
Well, I like the way it opens, where he's just facing off against what you later find out apparently are the 7 deadliest men in the galaxy or beings in the galaxy, and he just wipes the floor with them
Yeah.
Oh, just
within
carves right through
seconds.
them.
Like I don't even think he takes a hit, does he? Unless like, no, it doesn't look like he
Uses a
does.
blaster, bro.
Yeah, which just caught me off guard. And then later, the main Black Sun leader, he says he's going to relocate to Corellia, which I don't get because if you're going to go hide, if you know someone's hunting you, I wouldn't want to go to one of the core worlds. I'd
Yeah.
go like way out to like the unknown regions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I like the way where he just essentially takes all that force lightning and acts like it's nothing.
Hmm.
Just shrugs
Yeah.
it off.
Yeah, he just, he doesn't even seem phased by it.
Probably used to it at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. He probably is used to being disciplined that way by
Yeah.
Sidious.
Ooh. I feel like something that I like about the Clone Wars is that Dave Filoni likes to get certain characters right, or certain like just what's the word, um, like feel the feeling. If you guys know what I'm saying, like he gets you to kind of feel for um, the characters that he has, whether we agree with
Yeah.
the writing or not. But it would be it would have been really great if instead of having that we would have like maybe a flashback to the training of Maul, or even if they have Maul in the Clone Wars, have
Yeah.
him flashback to his training.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, that does open the door for more retcons.
Yeah.
But that this comic just kind of makes me wish we had more visual like backstory to Maul.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Marcel, what do you think of this issue?
I really enjoyed the issue. I thought it wrapped up everything really nicely, and it kind of leads well into Shadowhunter, in my opinion. I liked the final showdown, I guess, with Alexi Garin.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like flip to the page now. I don't have my copy in front of me, but I'm trying to do it online and getting assaulted by ads. I need a good ad blocker.
Oh, you need ad blocker, bro.
Yeah,
I have 21
definitely.
ads blocked from
Here,
the
let me see.
page already.
If we could be sponsored, this is where we plug the sponsor.
Yeah, so I love the showdown with the Night Sister as well before he gets to Alexi. I thought that was really well done. And it's also kind of funny that, like, again, just sort of like in this post Clone Wars world that we live in, where he actually is from Dathomir himself.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I'm just flipping through the pages. that little discussion that he has with Alexei at the end. You find out that he was supposed to be a Jedi, but he was deemed too old. And then it like kind of becomes clear why maybe he's the leader of the Black Sun, because he's force sensitive.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
I also think it's interesting, like it makes sense why he would have gotten the drop on Maul, and he like takes a chunk out of his chest or whatever. It's like, well, okay, if he's also force sensitive, then you know, maybe that explains it. But then Maul just drowns him.
Yeah.
And you'd expect that. I don't know. I felt like it was interesting because it's like that's like one of the most brutal ways to kill someone, right? It's not like you can like
Yeah.
Maul's like hacking people in half with his lightsaber, all you know, all miniseries long, and then he just takes the guy and just drowns him. I
Yeah.
thought it was a really interesting way to kill him, but also like I don't know, bro, like make sure he's dead.
Yeah.
So.
Which I don't think he comes back in anything, does he?
No, I don't think he does, but it's just like I don't know, maybe like cut off his head or something like that and bring it to
Yeah.
your master.
Be sure,
Yeah,
you know, because
Right.
he's it's kind of a theme that we see a lot whenever we follow like Sith apprentices, that they have to just kill everyone and make sure that they are dead. Be very thorough about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see it with like Starkiller and like Xana, Darth Xana, even Maul here.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, ooh, because if this guy's force sensitive, you know, we don't know what tricks he knows.
right.
Yeah, true.
And
Yeah,
then, like
good
I
point.
said, like in the end, it leads right into I think Shadowhunter because he says, "I have one. There's this one more threat to our security," and he's talking about the Nemoidian.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
Mm.
he needs to take him out, and that's what Shadowhunter's all about.
oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I need to reread that now.
I was gonna ask you guys what that was about because I couldn't really catch on to anything. I never read Shadowhunter.
yeah. It was. Oh man, I totally recommend it. It's so good, and it's. I recently, like I said, I recently reread it or listened to the audio of it, and it's so good. And there's like one or two things in there that maybe don't jive with all the continuity, but like for the most part, it's really great.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's one thing, and I think it's the holocron in it. They use a holocron basically like a hollow disk or something.
Right.
They use it interchangeably, but I think that's all really that might contradict some stuff or might not be consistent. You know, they probably have retconned it since then, but who hasn't? I can't remember who hasn't. Ben, have you shared your thoughts on this? Or
Yeah.
I think Sam has to share his
Yeah,
thoughts.
it was
all
me, I
right,
think.
go for it, Sam.
Oh, I loved it, man. I mean, it's brutal, like the rest of the miniseries, but there were a couple things that I thought was really interesting. The guy with the horns on the side of his head,
Yeah,
whenever he goes to Maul and he's like, "Oh, my species is telepathic," you know, and he looks inside Maul's head and he's like, "It's so dark." He's like traumatized by it, and Maul just like hits him in the face and goes on with his day, and he just leaves the guy there. I thought that was
yeah,
really cool.
Yeah.
Also, like you said, bro, like he's like fighting people like one on one, like all miniseries long, and then he just decides, I'm gonna drown this guy real quick. Let's do it. Let's change it up a little bit.
yeah,
But yeah, also Asa went through all of this, was like so loyal until the end, and he just dies. Just kind of sad. But his showdown with Michaela was really cool too. I love her blade. Like in Star Wars, I love blades, like actual blades that can go against lightsabers. I think
yeah,
that's really cool.
Hmm.
Um, Also, like the scene where they show Asa like just sitting there, like it's so brutal. Like that image of him just dead on the floor with the gate melted behind him is just so brutal, man.
Yeah, he
But
was owned. He was just destroyed.
yeah, And also like most of the people that Maul kills, like they have their eyes open, um, which is really weird, but
Yeah.
it looks cool. But yeah, it's just a really good ending to it because it's very like fast. The whole series is very fast, but it doesn't feel rushed. You know,
Mhm.
it just feels like what happened had to happen, and they don't make it longer because it doesn't need to be.
Right.
Um, yeah, I would love to see Miguela's and Maul's duel like animated or something.
Yeah.
So I think that would be really cool. Also, what's it called? I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, it's really good. I love it.
Yeah. I
Oh,
feel like. Oh,
no,
what's that?
no.
Go for it.
All right. Yeah, not whenever the guy's going to the ship and he's talking to his servant or like I don't know, his helper, and he sees that the guy's not answering anymore and it's just Maul. That's like a badass way to approach somebody. You just hear the thump of the guy's body dropping on the floor. It's
Oof.
really cool. But yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Oh man.
What were you gonna say?
Um, it would be so cool to see like a Gendy Tarkovsky uh, animation style of this fight here.
Who's that?
He did
Gendy
the original
Tarkovsky.
Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, 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 yeah. You're
Um,
right.
like just that hand drawn animation. Like of course they have it's kind of drawn in his style because he also did like Samurai Jack and like
Hmm.
the show Primal. Um,
Yeah.
and those shows like the fight scenes for those shows are just great. Um, but um, I really like the fight. I like that he can take the lightning, um, because he's used to that.
Hmm.
There was where's it at? He fights that I don't know what it is, lizard looking thing that's like kind of bluish green,
Hmm.
um, that you had talked about. Um,
Yeah.
and I think somebody said that he went through without getting touched. But I think that was the only thing that really got a hit on him because it tore his shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He just slammed it to the floor afterwards.
yeah, he's just
Do you
like,
see
yeah,
that?
yeah.
He body slammed it.
Um, and I like, I know you guys said this about the guy with the horns. His I can't think of his species, but him reading his mind and seeing the
Hmm.
darkness, um, and even the moment whenever Maul just walks through the door and everyone is just in horror. They're like, he's here, and they're like, they didn't even slow him down, and then that's when they just bolt and crap hits the fan.
Yep.
I remember as a kid, I had it was a visual dictionary or a visual guide or something, and it had some of these images from this comic, and I was so like drawn to them because they weren't in the movies, and I was like, "What is this about?" And then whenever I first read them, I was like, "Oh, it's coming full circle now." Um, but this makes me want to read Shadowhunter again
Hmm.
because I had only done the abridged version. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to feel like I'm all over the place with the expanded universe right now
Yeah.
because I'm trying to read New Jedi Order, but also I want to get the prequels, like backstories and stuff. And I feel like that this was a pretty good um, inclusion to that. what would you guys rate this mini series from a scale of 1 to 10?
10.
10?
10 out of 10.
I rated
Yeah.
it 9 because I wish it was a bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't have that many expectations coming into it, and I enjoyed it like a million times more than I thought I would. I was just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna read some Darth Maul comics real quick. It's gonna be cool. But I really like got invested into the story and the characters and the art style.
Yeah. Okay. And you said a 9, Ben,
Yeah.
and that's why only a 9?
It's simply just because I wish it was a bit longer.
Okay.
That's literally the only reason. Other than that, it's good. It's really good.
Marcel, what would you grade it at? Or is he not here?
Marcel,
Marcel?
we lost him.
Oh man.
Uh,
Well, ooh. This is hard for my own question. I feel like,
oh, yeah, there he goes.
oh man.
Oh,
Man, he didn't want to tell us how he felt.
He's embarrassed.
so personal.
So, oh, there he is.
Is he back?
Hello?
Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
You okay, man?
Yeah, I internet just like crapped
Oh.
out for a second.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask though. I think what you were asking before I left was like, what would we rate this miniseries?
Yes,
Okay,
from 1
cool.
to 10.
I didn't hear anyone else's answer, but I want to.
Oh, I said 10.
I said 9 simply because I wish it was longer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with 9 as well for the exact same reason. Like I was trying to think like, what's like this is a perfect Darth Maul story, and like really, my only criticism is that it ended.
Yeah. Which it kind of didn't, because it makes you want to pick up Shadowhunter.
Shadowhunter, yeah.
I'm looking at I have a Darth Maul kind of plastic statue here in my room, and I'm just like, the more I look at it, the more I get the backstory, the more I get this Shadowhunter. It kind of makes me want to do like a full-on read-through from beginning to end of Darth Maul.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Reading this one, even the TCW stuff, I'm mainly thinking the expanded universe TCW stuff, but I would probably give it. Ooh, I'm stuck between. I don't know if I want to give it a 10 yet, but as of now, I'm gonna give it a 10.
So we have 2 10s and 2 9s.
Yes.
Yeah.
So average score is 9.5 out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that
Pretty good.
if anyone has just seen the movies, that this is the comic that they should read if they
Yeah.
like Darth Maul.
Highly recommended.
This was probably one of the first comics that I had read, and it was quick. It got me into it. If I wanted to know more about Night Sisters, Black Sun, I could. This would be a good start for that. But yeah. Any final thoughts?
No, that's basically it.
All right.
Said a whole lot.
Yeah, my final thought is read this, read the Darth Maul miniseries, read Shadowhunter, and then read Darth Plagueis.
In that
those
order.
3 things. Yeah, in that order, because Plagueis references both those things.
What would you think about Maul Lockdown? I have not read that one.
Okay. I've never read it either.
Okay.
So I still have to read it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I think there are also some short stories.
Yeah.
I haven't read those either. I've just read this and then Shadow Hunter and then Plagueis. But yeah, yep. But anyway, what
How
what
about you?
should
I was going
what's
to say, Ben, do you have any final thoughts? Or not Ben, rather?
No, I think I've said all I wanted to say.
all right? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this,
All
and then we
right.
can talk in pre-show and stuff. But thank
Yep.
you everyone for watching. Do you guys have anything that you would like to plug with your channels or anything coming up, Marcel?
Nothing immediately. I'm just doing KOTOR short stories on my channel
Okay.
from the KOTOR comics, and eventually I'm going to move into the Old Republic SWOTOR short stories,
Nice.
hopefully in the next couple months.
Nice.
So let me
Sam,
just-
do you have anything?
Not really. I just kind of stream when I feel like it,
Okay.
and I post memes every once in a while. Nothing big coming yet. Still working on the project, reading, learning how to draw, to
All right.
storyboard it. That's pretty much it.
Very nice. Ben, are you decided to start a channel?
Yeah, let me just plug my imaginary channel right now.
Okay. All right.
I'll think about it.
All right.
I'll think about it.
We'll have to play some Empire at War.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep. You just got a new setup, right?
Oh yeah.
Nice. So I'm looking
That's
forward to that. But nice. All right. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.